So space law, what's that about?
So I've always been sort of fascinated and in love with space and sci-fi stuff. And when I went to law school, nobody really talked about space law as an option or a career path or even something that really existed. So it was something sort of on the back of my mind. And I just have just sort of grown into being really intrigued by the issues that we're going to face with employment law in space in particular. So I recently joined a society called Jus Ad Astra, and they're focused on bringing human rights to the stars. And we don't really think of employment rights as human rights, but if you actually look into international law, a lot of what we think of as just our normal civil rights or employees' rights or workers' rights are actually considered human rights. So my aspect is really on that employee situation. And I think it's just one of those areas where there's so much uncertainty. And also on the employer side too, you're going to be in these sort of relationships with your employees where you're going to have to trust them for months and years when you're not really going to have any contact with them. So I think that's an interesting new dynamic. And I think there's just so many concerns that there could be potential exploitation because you're going to be in a situation where you are literally putting your life in the hands of your employer and you hope that things are going to work out and that there's going to be oxygen and food and water for you. So I think there's a lot of interesting dynamics there and we really don't know what the law is going to be on it yet.
That's so cool though. So those are all my questions. Is there anything we missed that you want to share, that you want to discuss? We went through everything pretty quickly because you obviously were on your game. And so you answered all my questions. So, anything you want to add? Where can we find you? You have a blog, you have a podcast, your socials. I know we're going to post them up anyway, but.
So I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Twitter. I don't really have a blog, though I publish things through different things. Like I published something with the ABA, recently published something with Above Board. So I kind of publish all over the place. And then I'm speaking at a bunch of different space conventions coming up. So if anyone's attending those, I'll be there at least virtually.
That's awesome.
So that's always fun.
Well, Alyson, thank you so much. Like I said, this came out of a one-to-one and we hadn't met each other. So you're my second guest I have not really met personally. And I absolutely love this. I would love to have you back on when we can talk deeper issues, especially next year. So let's make a plan. And, I'm looking forward to posting this soon so we can share with everyone.
Sounds good. And someday we'll actually meet in person.
Oh, that would be helpful too.